Meghan Markle here.
Today is August 7, 2025. It is 3:17 a.m. I just did about 2 minutes of recording, and then I realized that the thing is not recording what I said. So some of the thing I need to say already said. We're gonna focus on Sentabale. Some of the things that the squad are talking about, I've already covered the Charity Commission's finding of the Sentabale thing. It's in this video. If you want to know what the Charity Commission said, it's in this video. Okay, I'll be putting an arrow to show you. And I have another video on our part of Pew Service. That's where I talk about charities and things like that. This is where everything should have been regarding Sentabale, but because YouTube for some reason does not want to monetize that channel, so I'm spreading the information out, and at the same time I want to keep, you know, some of the topics regarding charities on the channel every now and then. It's not monetized. Let me show you the channel that I'm talking about. It's this one. Okay, it's called Our Part of Pew Service. It has 1,699 subscribers. At one point it was monetized, and then YouTube decided not to monetize it, and ever since I could never get it to be monetized. So what I do is that I spread things out on my other channels. Our Part of Pew Service, PYTE, these are the two channels that are monetized. But things about Harry's work, for some reason, I don't know, I have a lot of videos there, okay, on that channel, but YouTube decided not to monetize it. But occasionally I put some videos based on topics that reflect on their work. I put them there just to keep a record of it. So I did put a video regarding the Charity Commission finding regarding Sentabale, and that as well. Okay, so for this year I only have 23 videos so far, and the others are on PYTE, Our Part of Pew Service, things like that. But anyway, let's go on X. This is the first video. Okay, Prince Harry has been clear of bullying, harassment, and sexism at the Sentabale charity he co-founded after the charity regulator said no evidence was found. The Duke of Sussex stepped down earlier this year after a bitter row with the charity's chairwoman. Okay, so let's see what this video says. Is it ITV? Oh, Channel 5. All right, let's listen.
You'll remember a big row about claims of bullying at a charity founded by Prince Harry called Sentebale. Well, reports into the dispute today found no evidence of racism, but it did criticise all parties involved, and it seems the issue is far from resolved.
Okay, before we continue, regarding the bullying here, you see the same way it made public that Harry is clear from bullying and things like that. This is the same thing that I'm saying that needs to be said about Meghan. Okay, but for Meghan, they kept it private. So now we know in public record, Harry was not bullying anybody. For Meghan, the palace decided to keep the finding private. This is what I mean by make it public record. Just said how, whatever the finding was. Okay, because they want to keep that information about Meghan private, so when she no longer can defend herself anymore, you're gonna have random people come out, oh, she did this, she did that, when she can no longer speak. So we want, at least me, not everybody, but I want something like this where they clear Harry's name about bullying. I want the same thing for Meghan. This is what I mean. Anyway, let's continue. You know what? Let me start all over. There will be screenshot, by the way.
You'll remember a big row about claims of bullying at a charity founded by Prince Harry called Sentabale. Well, reports into the dispute today found no evidence of racism, but it did criticise all parties involved, and it seems the issue is far from resolved. Natalia Hawker is in the studio with us. Hello, Natalia. I know you've been looking into this. It's been rumbling along for quite some time. Wind the clock back and remind us what happened if you can.
I'll wind it back. This all stems from a very serious disagreement at the very top of Sentabale, the charity that Prince Harry co-founded almost 20 years ago to support young people living in southern Africa.
Keep that in mind. 20 years ago, there has never been any problem. If there was any problem with Sentabale, it wasn't in that scale. But for some reason, ever since he married Meghan, okay, Meghan has nothing to do with this, but the disapproval or the anger or whatever nonsense that's going on, and the people who don't like Harry and Meghan's union decided this is the route they're gonna go to destroy his reputation. And after they had kicked him out, now they want him back, because all of his work, meaning they want him back, meaning that back in the UK. Now, all of the work that he has done, separate from the institution, even before Meghan came, Sentabale 20 years ago, okay, 20 years ago, he created it. So they're going after his work because they are very successful. He's doing very well without them. And he's getting applaud, cheers worldwide for his work. So now, what they're doing, because they want him back and he's very successful by himself, without the institution, they're trying to destroy all of his work. This is pure evil that is playing right in front of us. And all of the things that Harry is doing are helping people, society at large. But these people are spending amount of time, resources, energy to destroy his work, instead of them using the amount of resources, time, and energy to do something productive on their own. But no, they're focusing on destroying his work. God, this is a baggage for you. Let's continue.
With HIV and AIDS. Now, earlier this year, Harry and his co-founder, Prince Zazzle, stepped away as patrons in solidarity with a group of trustees who'd resigned following a very public fallout with the chairwoman, Dr. Sophie. That triggered an investigation by the Charity Commission, not into individual bullying claims, but into how the charity had been run.
And how did that sort of eventually finish? What was the outcome of that investigation?
Well, the regulator says that there is no evidence of systemic bullying or harassment at the charity, including no findings of misogyny or misogynoir, a prejudice against black women. But it has criticised everyone involved, saying for allowing the dispute to spill out so publicly. And
let's keep in mind, when all this debacle was happening, they asked Shanduka to step down. She refused. And she was the one who's going on national television to say all her nonsense. Let's continue.
Described a missed opportunity to sort out the issues behind closed doors.
And have some of the others involved talked about that today?
Yes, Harry's spokesperson has attacked the findings, saying the report falls troublingly short in many regards, primarily the fact that the consequences of the current chair's actions will not be borne by her, but by the children who rely on Sentabale's support. But a spokesperson from that charity said that the investigation didn't look into individual bullying claims, including those involving Prince Harry, and that any unresolved issues could still be pursued through other channels.
Could pursue to other channels. He might be going to court with these people. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
Also responded, she said, the unexpected adverse media campaign that was launched by those who resigned on the 24th of March 2025 has caused incalculable damage and offers a glimpse of the unacceptable behaviours displayed in private. We are emerging not just grateful to have survived, but stronger, more focused, better governed, boldly ambitious, and with dignity intact. Now, it's clear there are still very deep divisions, but for now, the regulator has drawn a line under it.
I can't stand looking at her face. Not her, the Shanduka woman. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. I don't want to go in the comment. There's more here, because you're gonna hear those people going after Harry. Oh my God, the thing been going on fine for years, but this woman, Next tweet. Though I think it's good thing for Prince Harry to have less things governed or beholden to the UK bodies, I smell foul play by the UK Charity Commission. It is very suspect that they had no criticism of Sophie Shanduka, yep, I saw that too, as a volunteer chairperson for Sentabale, who spent an exorbitant amount on consultancy fees, including her own brother as a consultant. Yeah, if you go to video that I showed you, when I was reading the commission finding, I was like, what about this? The money. They avoid that completely. Oh my God. Very strange. She seems to have been protected, just like when they clear King Charles of no wrongdoing and the cash for access debacle. I suspect the Charity Commission is compromised, just as it was then, though patriotically in favor of the Charles then. Quote, Prince Harry and Prince Yoso see no way back to the charity while Shanduka remains chair. Both Prince Harry and Prince Yoso are devastated by what has effectively been hostile takeover by Sophie Shanduka. Statement on behalf of Harry and Yoso. Okay, exactly. I'm sure Prince Harry has it covered and will do things differently in the future by not registering anything in this country. Yeah. That's an ad. Money was stolen from that charity. Many people outside the UK contribute to that charity. That's what I said that in other videos. There's not only regular people, whatever, but there are businesses. Businesses who had contribute. I think there's going to be a huge lesson going to be learned by that. If those businesses like ISPS Honda, and there was, just look at the screen, because I did look different companies who had supported Sentabale. Those businesses, if they care about that charity and they had supported Sentabale for a very long time, they could put their heads together and I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe sue, because their money, where did their money go? Because they spend money to support the charity, and then for this to just happen, I think there's going to be a huge lesson to be learned on that. This thing is playing out right in front of everybody, and these people have no shame. Absolutely no shame at all. I can't believe this. Okay, money was stolen from that charity. Many people outside the UK contributed to that charity. Fundraisers were done to benefit the children of Lesotho. There should be something done outside of that bogus UK commission to investigate malfeasance. I'm so serious. Yeah, I'm serious too. I agree with that. There's 3 comments under it here. I thought there was an investigation. What happened to that crook called Sophie? 100%. I believe the Royals are behind the hostile takeover, and that's why the ruling was nothing but word salad. Nothing good is going to come to the charity, because everyone knows what they did. The stolen money is her reward, and the children is one who's going to suffer. I don't know. I feel like there's so other branches that could go on that to teach them a lesson, because I could see them doing that for Invictus. This is their, how will I say that? Not only muddy the water, test drive. That's it. They're testing it. How they could go with Invictus, because like I said, I don't even know how they got, we know how they got Invictus, but the way they package to get Invictus, it was playing right in front of me. If you guys been listening to some of my podcasts, including our Part of You service, where I talked about it, since the Netherlands, no one in prominent position in the UK, including the royal family, had supported or give a shout out or word of encouragement to the, not contestant, the participant of Invictus. Nothing. There's no word of support at all. It was near the end. Someone from one of those offices said something. And I remember saying, well, the game is over. When at the time where they will need that encouragement, that extra boost, to show that you support them, there was none of that. It was near the end. And then during the Invictus Germany, I think I was starting to see a little bit more of support, and I guess that's when the light bulb went on to see, okay, let's start pretending we support them so we could get Invictus. And then there, with Birmingham, the way that I saw, people who live there could correct me, from what I saw on X, someone from outside, never been to the UK, it seems like similar to what Trump is doing from in the United States. They package or they do certain rule of law to make it seems like the city of Birmingham need some sort of boost. Okay, so now to get Invictus, they create this problem in Birmingham, manufactured, and then now they bring whatever the bid for Invictus so they could get Invictus to Birmingham. The way these people are playing things right in front of people. These people are so freaking evil. I really don't know. So much to say. These people are evil. They are out to destroy him. And things that is helping society at large. And that woman to actually do that. Kids. Oh my God. Let's read. I went on. Another stitch-up nonsense by a so-called institution that was established to be the arbiter and stopping wrongdoers and wickedly evil people fleecing the public. Okay, it's almost like Ipso. When Harry used to live in the UK, when the papers kept on writing nonsense about him, he used to go to Ipso to complain, because this is one of the bases that the people in the UK put to create like a gatekeeper for the papers. So Harry kept on going to them complaining, they're writing this about me, it's not true, Every time Harry goes to them, they keep on saying the papers are in the right. Okay, and then I believe, if I'm not mistaken, at that time, I don't know about now, some of the people who were running Ipso were used to be part of the tabloid. Okay, so it's one of those, you scratch my back, I scratch yours, and pretty much a gatekeeper for the high society so they could do whatever they want. Okay, so when Harry keeps on going to them and Harry always lose, okay, they don't give Harry benefit of the doubt, so Harry avoid them. Since then, he's been going to the court. This is why Harry is always in court, because those gatekeepers don't do their job. And I could see Harry might call them to court as well. And then when Meghan had issues with her father's letter, she thought that the palace was gonna help her with the palace, lawyers. They keep on pushing it, stalling it until Meghan decided to get her own lawyer to take care of business. And then Ipso told Harry, how come Meghan didn't come to them first? I mean, after all the experiences that Harry got from them, he already knew that they were not gonna give Meghan benefit of the doubt. So he then advised Meghan to go to them, go straight to the court, and then she won. If some of you were following, it's different things, but they all sort of mingle together where you could learn from each other. When Meghan called the papers to court regarding her privacy, her father's letter, you were hearing all sort of things on TV, on UK TV. Oh, she will never win. It's drip, drip, drip. They were scaring her. But she remained focused and went through. She won her case. So I think from this point on, if there is any issues with anything that Harry is doing, charities and things like that, don't go to these people. Go straight to the court. Oh my Lord. Okay, this was a very valuable lesson. Did I finish with that? Another stitch up nonsense by a so-called institution that was established to be the arbiter and stopping wrongdoers and wickedly evil people fleecing the public. This was a very valuable lesson. I hope there is a private investigation into Ian Williamson and how he was recruited as a trustee while sitting on the board of Tusk Trust. Prince Harry has to fortify this organization like a vault to prevent hostile takeover. Alright, you could read this. Okay, it's very blurry to me, so I'm not gonna fight to read it. Alright, this is the guy here that's shaking William's hand. I can't believe this. These people have no shame. Okay, there's a lot of responses and I'm spending too much time. Okay, so there's an ad here. Let me read up to the ad. Heartbreaking to see funds meant for vulnerable children misused. Every cent stolen is a lost chance to change a life. Accountability is essential. Sophie and her co-host must be held accountable. Yeah, the people on Twitter are upset. People who are aware what's going on are very upset about that. Have you seen the whole actual statement from Prince Harry? As I have just gone to Archwell Foundation website and I can't see there. Okay, I can't see there yet. I think they made because it was quoted on People magazine. I didn't read the whole People magazine, but there were quote. Was it spokesperson? I'll go into that. Sentabale is finished. I hope the closure is quick and not a lingering death. Then the princes can start again if they want. I said something like this, and some people in my comments said no, something like that. Then they didn't agree with me on some of my videos. It's okay to disagree, but there's some people who seeing the same thing that I'm seeing here. I noticed the Charity Commission did address the financial misconduct, especially giving Shanduka a record at her former charity. I noticed the Charity Commission did address. I don't think they did. The financial misconduct, especially giving Shanduka a record at her former charity. I don't think they did, unless if I missed something. Okay, I find it funny that no reports on the hostile takeover attempt meant the firm is something else. But we knew Willie and his crew are sloppy. Nothing the attempt comes off smoothly. All right, let's go into that. Have you seen the actual statement? Okay. So some of us were saying at the time the UK Charity Commission were not to be trusted because of being in the UK. That's an ad. I can't see it there yet. I think it was through People magazine. It was quoted. I read some of it. I started reading. Was it People magazine? It's one of those articles. One of the videos that I've already published. Sentabale update. Pointing down here, that's in quote. The commission said it had found no evidence of widespread or systematic bullying or harassment, including misogyny or misogynoir, but it acknowledged the strong perception of ill treatment felt by a number of parties to the dispute. There's the thinking here. So the fake doctor was never bullied, harassed, nor racially discriminated. The full official report hasn't been published yet. I read it from the thing. I have it. However, British media have managed to get their hands on some extract. I read it in that video. Okay? I read it. I'll put the link. Let me go look for it and I'll put the link for you guys in this video so you could go check it yourself. I'm not gonna read it again, but I'll put it for you guys. Okay, so there it is here. The link of this will be in the description. This is where I read it. Alright? In that video. It's in that video. And I will be putting the link, the link of it in this video as well. And it was the Guardian, okay, that quoted right here. It was right here. I started reading and I was like, I just read the whole thing. I don't need to read whatever. David Hemsworth, this case highlight. So there's some quote here about either Duke of Sussex here, okay? Unsurprisingly, the commission makes no finding of wrongdoings in relation to Sentabale's co-founder and former patron Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex, okay? A spokesperson of Duke of Sussex said, okay? So there was a spokesperson who spoke to the Guardian, all right? So both these, the article from the Guardian and the regulatory conclusion, the link will be in the description for you to check it out, to read it yourself. Okay, the full official report hasn't been published yet, unless there's another one. I don't know. However, British media have managed to get their hands on some extract. Okay, let me put it for them. Actually, I have it. Let's put both of them. Okay, so I put the links here. Here are some links related to this topic in case some of you haven't seen them yet. Okay, so there's the Guardian and there's the regulatory case. All right, so let me publish it for some people who may not have seen it. Okay, doesn't even matter anymore. Sophie retained her post as chair. How they did ask her to step down is beyond me. Even Harry's response said the investigation fell short. My God, that vile woman. All for a children's charity. Okay, I could feel his frustration and his comment. You know, as I'm reading some of these, if you look at some of my old videos where I'll put that maze, I just feel like Harry's gonna find a way to navigate through this unnecessary burden that these people are putting on him. He's gonna find a way. He will come on top on that particular unnecessary burden. It's just unfair. These people are wasting time. Alright, I could feel his frustration and his comment. Can't wait to see the full report. The media only ran with that part because it's telling Harry off for resigning publicly. Okay, just remember, they will always try to spin things to look bad for Harry, even if it's minute and in relation to the overall picture. Just disappointed that they've let her retain her position, but then again, those who wanted to take over the charity wanted her there, so I guess that's that. Alright, let's see here. I get that, but I think a bigger fall might be coming to her, because if she can't raise funds, how is she going to sustain the charity? But let's wait and see the full report. Okay, was what I was reading was not the full report? Okay, maybe Prince Harry can support the kids to Archwell. That crossed my mind too. I never said it in any video, but it crossed my mind. Maybe another branch with an Archwell. Until the woman can be removed, if there is no money, it's only a matter of time before she leaves. Okay, I think he will find a way to work with other charitable bodies, but it just really sucks that someone else stepped in and destroyed something they both worked so hard for and was doing genuine work. There's an eye here. How did the media get the report before the actual release of the report? I don't know what are they talking about, but I have it here. I don't know if it's something else. I don't know. I read it in one of my videos, and there's the link. You guys could go and check it out. And there's another article from The Guardian. You guys could check it out where they talk about it. Okay, where spokesperson for Prince Harry was mentioned in here. Okay, so that's that. Next tweet. Where was I? Let me make sure I don't. Okay. More on Sentabale. Different discussions. Oh my God, I'm already 20 minutes. Past 20 minutes. Okay, the fact Sophie got on a national live show and accused Harry of so many things, and there was months investigating and they found nothing. Surely she should be sued for millions. That's the worst defamation. Okay, Sophie is evil trash. I can't stand her face. There was no one better than Prince Harry. He loved those children since he was a young man. I remember it all. Him walking hand in hand with them and dancing with them. He brought happiness to children who had nothing. No one can ever accuse him of wrong. Exactly, sister. How are you going to claim you are leading a charity that you are out here tarnishing the reputation of? Who are you in fact working for? Because it surely cannot be those kids who do not need this nonsense. They need their patrons and they need us raised by money. Oh my goodness. Who's Sophie? She did a successful hostile takeover of a charity. Guarantee she had some help too. The firm and its masters are evil. Yeah, they put her as the face because she's dark skinned and things like that, but the thing was going in the background. Oh my God, this is the next step I will take. It will ruin her for good and send warning to others. She honestly can't get away with this. I'm telling you, people are upset about that. Also show how incompetent and biased, not to say corrupted, British journalists are. He won't be so bitter against an individual, I don't think. And of course, the Toothless Charity Commission just muddied the waters by spreading blame, whether valid or not. Not only sued for millions, with wins going to Sentabale, but also sacked. It's crazy. It is crazy. Next tweet. My God. Okay, so everything in this video will be about Sentabale. I know this will be an unpopular opinion, but I am glad Harry is not going back to Sentabale. We don't know that. Okay, it's just fresh. People are talking. The report just came out, so there probably some brainstorming that's going on. So we don't know for 100%. Okay, he did step down, but we don't know if it's permanent, because that was something him and Prince Yoso created, so he has to fight for it. The reason he must fight for it is because for those years that those companies that have been supporting it, I think at this point, okay, I'm not saying forget the kids, okay, He could probably still doing things on the side, still helping the kids the same way he has been doing with Sentabale with his own money. Okay, let's put that aside. But the fact that those companies who have been supporting his work, okay, Invictus and Sentabale for a very long time, he needs to stand up for that now. Okay, this is not to say forget the kids. All right, yes, he still cares for the kids, but the fact that those companies who trusted him, who supported his work, this is where the fight should go now. Okay, put the kids aside, focus on the companies who have helped him, who supported him. Because what happened if they go after Invictus? There are companies that are still supporting Invictus because of his vision. Let me pause and look for companies that have supported Sentabale and Invictus. Okay, so this is what I wrote here. And this one, companies that supported Prince Harry, Sentabale. I had to put that so I could be more specific. Okay, recent news report and Sentabale official communication highlights several companies and organizations that have supported the charity. Alright, so there they are here. All of this. I didn't know Jose Andres Group. Okay, is that the same thing? Supported Sentabale initiative in Southern Africa. There's this Nandi Life Sciences, Olivella, okay, Avocado Vision, Lebec, Booking.com, Expedia. So there's all of these. All of these were supporting that charity. MasterCard, TripAdvisor, Visa. These companies are part of Travelers, a non-profit coalition founded by Prince Harry. So that probably out now because Harry is not running the show. We got these people who's gonna drain the money. Okay, so we have all of this. And it says here, it's important to note Prince Harry and Prince Yoso of Lesotho recently resigned as patron of Sentabale due to dispute with the charity chair. Despite this, the charity continues its work Southern Africa. But the two co-founders resigned, so I don't think any of these will be continue supporting them. Unless they are part, because remember, this is a group. I'm telling you, this thing is so freaking huge with the Epstein thing. So many people are on the list. Unless some of these people who's running these businesses are part of, how do you call this, in the Epstein list, they could blackmail them and say, you better continue support them. I don't know. I'm just saying. Because the list is long. They got anybody of anybody that they could get. This is why the world is so freaking paralyzed right now. Okay, so this was for Sentabale. Let's look for Invictus. Okay, many companies and organizations have supported Prince Harry's Invictus Games. Key supporters include, there's all that, Jaguar Land Rover, Boeing, Atco, Better Up, Fisher House Foundation, and there's all of this. Oh, Walt Disney, I didn't even know that. So there's all of these companies. Okay, because many of them understand and they understand Harry's, they want to support Harry's vision. So if Harry's not there, then again, there's that Epstein list. That might be another key issue here. If some of these are still there, that will be the only reason these companies remain. If Harry is not part of the foundation that he created. They will use that, the Epstein list, against these people and say, you better continue supporting them. That would be the only thing. And then the money will not be going to the key foundation thing of Sentabale or whatever that they decided to dismantle of Harry's work. Oh my God, they are evil in this world. My God, my God, my God. All right. Did I finish with that? I know this will be an unpopular opinion, but I am glad Harry is not going back to Sentabale. It's irreparably damaged, and no credible person or organization is going to want to be associated with it. Let the now confirmed liar Sophie sink with it. Harry can start fresh. Yeah, yeah, he needs to create another one. But he needs to fight for the money. That's the only thing here for me. The money that was there because of those companies who trusted him. Wanted to support his vision. If he let it go like that, what's going to happen? Let's say they're going to go after Invictus too. I think Sentabale was a test drive for the next one. Who knows how much they've been thinking, brainstorming on how to take Invictus. Before they take Invictus, they test drive this one, Sentabale. Okay, there's clearly an invisible hand there. From his statement, it appears him and Prince Yoso will be setting up a new charity independent of Sentabale. I don't see Prince Harry deserting the Lesotho youth. A charity is not just buildings, but the mission and work behind it. No offense, but Prince Yoso has been conspicuous by his silence. He left Harry to fight this alone. As the African prince of the African country, those... I understand this, but I think also they know what's going on. They know. Probably behind closed doors, him and Harry probably talking. Okay? I'm not going to put full blame on him, but he knows. He knows why they're going after Harry's work. Alright? As the African prince of African country... Okay. As the African prince of African country, whose people Harry has been helping for 20 years, he could have shut down Sophie. He didn't. Harry should focus on new projects alone. Like some of the comments says here, maybe do a branch of Archwell. Okay, no offense. Is that what I just did? Okay, I just read that. There's 7 comments under it. This is a very good discussion here. We don't even know if he released any other statement after the joint one with Harry and news organization just then printed because he's not famous enough for them to care. Silence does not mean he was not actively working underground there in Lesotho helping his people. Okay, Yoso quit in solidarity with Harry and the trustee. Often lawyers tell you to be silent and let them handle it. The royal machine is behind this, so it's a biased investigation. Yoso has no fault in this. I agree with that too. Okay, you don't know what their private conversation and agreements are. And agreements were. Yep, I agree. I'm so disappointed in him. Maybe another way they could have gone with it, where Harry will quit because they're going after him. It's after Harry they're going. It's like, how dare you helping these people? I mean, before they didn't care, but because of the predicament that they put Harry, they put themselves, not Harry, they put themselves in. Because everything that's going on, it's them, the institution, the firm, the royal family, who created it. They didn't care too much about Harry's work before. Now, the mess that they put themselves in, where the people don't want to support them. You see during the, what was that? Where the last time they were at the balcony, there weren't that many people there. But when you look at the women football who won the championship, you see all these people at the plaza. So they realize their popularity is going down. They want Harry back. So their focus is on Harry. So what I think they should have done, okay, now is after the fact, okay, Prince Yoso could have stayed on board where he could still have a say, while Harry left, but could still talk with Prince Yoso in a way where they could still do joint thing. I don't know if it's too late, but I think they could still fight for it. Because there's a lot of things that went on the commission did not address. Okay, that was very disappointing. Where the hell is Yoso? He was far from silent. The only statement made was a joint one. However, he was not the one under fire. Yeah, he was not the one under fire. They're going after Harry. But to show support with Harry, they probably talk privately about that. Alright, William sought to destroy it from the inside to hurt Harry, in my opinion. I believe Harry and Prince Yoso will start something new with the lesson learned from what happened to Sentabale and be better than before. I plan to continue support after a new endeavor is started by Harry. Okay, the association of the two princes and their mothers under the banner of Sentabale, Forget Me Not. Maybe now they could call it Forget Me Not instead of Sentabale. which pretty much mean the same but different wording. Okay, it's highly personal to them, and it's a disgrace that this woman has lied and manipulated the direction and funding without consensus. I mean, if you look at when she was on national television, feel very comfortable to say all this nonsense. That's because she knew the people had their back, whoever's gonna do the investigation. Okay, I heard that opportunistic scumbag like Shanduka is leaving such a slimy stain on this tribute to the princess, deceased mothers. She's got nowhere else to go beside Earth shit. This scheme has completely exposed her. I'm still hoping she'll live and let them rebuild it. Why do I think it will be an unpopular opinion? It's sad because it's in memory of his late mom, but that horrid woman tainted the charity, so I really see your point. Yeah, I said it from the very beginning when the things first started. I hope they start a new charity. That's a different language. Let's go to the next one. There's more comment, but let's move on. There's gonna be part 1, part 2. Because a lot of people are talking about it. Oh my god, I have a lot. Oh, there's some JTB TikTok videos.
It is a great privilege to be with all of you today.
You know, we ask for forgiveness and please come back.
As you saw me find the love and happiness that I'd hoped for all my life.